Greetings again, this is Walter Wilson. If you viewed my last video, which showed you how I became associated with the life insurance industry, I want to share with you some things that I've observed in the life insurance field force relationship. Whether you be an employee, an independent, whether you're a broker, all of this applies. You're trained to do certain things. And I'm trained to do certain things as a federal tax lawyer. But when you combine the two of us, there are things that I can do to help you that you don't want to do. For example, 20 years ago, we came up with a concept called profit centers. In other words, can we make the client more money without the client doing anything? In other words, if they're a doctor, they don't have to see any more patients. They don't have to do any more procedures. They don't have to invest any more money. They don't have to get an associate. The profit center is invisible in plain sight right in front of them. But you don't want to look at their tax returns to find it because they're right there on the tax returns. You don't want to ask the questions that we need to ask to reduce federal income taxes by 50%, to pay for goods and services and save 40%, to restructure business-related debt and save 42%. One, you've never been taught how to do it. Two, you don't want to do it. For example, one of the profit center is maybe they provide health insurance to their employees, whether they be a doctor, a lawyer, a CPA, a business owner. But they're paying for all these things. They're deducting health insurance premiums, but there may be things that aren't covered by health insurance. Well, they're normally paying for those with out-of-pocket after-tax dollars. Well, I can make them tax deductible. But you don't know the questions to ask. You don't want to ask them. One of the things that we can do is we can reduce the cost of their health care insurance by 30 or 40%. But you don't know the questions to ask, and healthcare and health insurance, and they're all regulated by the same law that governs their qualified retirement plans. ERISA, the Employee Retirement Security Act, Income Security Act of whatever, 1984. Well, you got to have a third-party administrator. You have to have testing. You got to do this. You don't know to ask those questions, and frankly, you don't want to ask those questions. So you don't ask those questions, but we do. And so we ask the client. Well, lawyers are deal killers. I mean, if you want a prospect to go away, introduce them to a lawyer. And I'm a lawyer. I'm in the club. But I'm a lawyer with an insurance background and training. I was in the advanced underwriting department of a major mutual life company. I spent a year in the field as an agent, a life insurance agent. But I only want to talk about life insurance. I didn't want to talk about health insurance, property and casualty insurance. I definitely didn't want to talk about saving money for them to create the money to pay for the premiums, and we do that. In other words, I know what you don't want to know. I know that you don't want to make phone calls and ask questions that you're not comfortable asking, but I can ask them. I can talk to the lawyer. I can talk to the CPA. You don't want to talk to the lawyer. You don't want to talk to the CPA, but I do. So the team concept, what we call the collaborative effort with your client or your prospect, could be invaluable to you. Because I do things you don't want to do, you don't know how to do, and you don't want to get out of your comfort level. For example, profit centers can reduce federal income taxes by 50% a year. They can increase savings on goods and services. On debt, they can reduce the cost of servicing the debt by 42%. I mean, this is serious money, and if it happens every year, then you've got cash flow to service 5, 7, 8-year paid-up policies on the life side, to pay for disability insurance with tax-advantaged dollars. All of these things are available to you today, and I can do all the work. You don't have to do any of the work. That's the critical combination. We do it for you. You just gather the information, get it to us, and I suggest that you do a hypothetical case. If you want to test the waters, the beauty of this is that our team does all the work for you. All you do is help us make the introduction and help us get the information. And once we get it, we turn around the report. And all we ask is when we do the report is that we have 1 hour with you, the client, and the CPA and talk about the report. Well, if we can have you doing what you do best, and that is developing the business, which you are an expert at, I will make you more profitable, the cases will turn faster, and you'll make your client a lot more money, and you will make their net worth explode in value. Now what are your clients going to say to their pals? Man, you really need to talk to this person. So we offer you the collaborative approach in the area of finding the money to fund the legitimate life insurance, disability insurance, long-term share insurance, and the other opportunities such as qualified money, non-qualified money, and we will do the work for you. So I really hope I hear from you.